right, and we are back. I stand corrected. It is Maxi Gomez and Reno Romeo back on the water. Just at the last minutes of that last heat, it was abandoned. So this is basically a rerun. So due to technical issues and then the wind kind of playing a factor for sure, that he was abandoned. And we are back into it with Reno Romeo and Maxi Gomez, Spain versus Brazil on the water. All right, we are finally back up on YouTube as we had our crew diagnosing some of the issues on the phone with some of the engineers from Google and YouTube. And we're back though with Maxi Gomez and Reno Romeo going at it here from the Tarifa Pro Kite Tour. Both these guys definitely a bit hungry, but definitely struggling a bit in these lighter conditions. We've got lighter conditions than we had yesterday, which is less than, I think, what we saw in the afternoon. So we're looking at about 15 knots at the moment. All right, Maxi Gomez and Reno Romeo on the water. 3 minutes, actually 2 minutes remaining here between these two guys doing battle. There goes nice S3 from Reno Romeo from Brazil, as he's been repeatedly advancing. Ooh, double back roll pass from Maxi. Attempt, but not riding really clean. But Reno Romeo definitely pretty much on point these past 3 events, finishing quite high, and definitely his point rankings are reflecting that for sure. I think he's maybe 4th or 5th, I think actually, yeah. And now with Mark Jacobs out of the equation due to his injury, that's going to bump everyone up a notch. So keep posted to those points. Here goes Reno for a chroma, not really getting it around. Maxi, there goes his Hinderberger mode, but going down. As we're looking at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 4:10 actually, here in Tarifa, Spain. We've got on the water right now Maxi Gomez and Reno Romeo. These guys are heat number 5 for the day, as we got off to a late start, waiting for the wind to build, and a little bit fickle Poniente today. Took a while to fill in, and we've seen some holes. This is actually a rerun if you're just joining us of this heat. We started prior. Oh, double S. One attempt from Maxi, but going down. Here's Reno setting up toe side and not liking it. A little bit choppier today. That bigger swell we saw yesterday really created a nice, I mean, I don't know if you read the press release or saw any of it, but it was pretty much ideal freestyle conditions for these guys here, with nice flat sections in between the kickers, and man, you could just square off on those booters, and we saw some pretty impressive tricks going off the kickers. Lots of toe side action, and of course a massive, ridiculous front blind mob from Posito Martinez. Probably the most memorable trick of the day. But that's going to do it for that heat right there. I don't have an explanation for why the live scoring is not working. I wish I did, but I'll try and update you as I get any info coming out of that. And that being said, we're going to move on forward. There we go, got some scores coming in. Looks like Reno's pretty much in charge of that one, no problem, as he's got a pretty solid point lead over his competitor Maxi Gomez, as we're going to look forward to our next one, which is going to be Erdman and Corniel coming up. Our big air winner, Ariel Corniel from the Dominican Republic. So stay tuned for that. There's more coming from the beach here in Tarifa. Don't go anywhere. All right, and the heat is on. Erdman versus Corniel. That is Erdman, I believe, going out. And that's coming in frame is Mr. Ariel Corniel from the Dominican Republic. This guy has definitely been working hard with a nice S-mobe. As he's been mixing it up with the disciplines, competing on the slalom as well as in the big air and freestyle, of course. Nice front blind from Erdman. Erdman from Germany. Coming out of Germany. I love it. Such a great time there this year. You guys were with us in Germany. Such a fantastic event every year. Those guys know how to get it done. And this year was no exception. As we're looking at, ooh, big trick out the back from Erdman, going large, but quite far away from me. As you can see those little bumps in the background, we're pretty much in the Straits of Gibraltar here, so there's a lot of shipping traffic, big massive things that look like islands moving around in the back, but Ariel winding up but not getting what he wanted. Oh, there's his front blind, but kind of little splashy and stally on the landing. Not what he was looking for there, but he's still got plenty of time. 4 minutes 40 remaining here as we're getting into the thick of our men's first round. More than halfway at the moment with Ariel Corniel from the DR, Dominican Republic, versus Erdman out of Germany. Both these guys on big kites, 14s. Erdman's not sure what that is, but it looks pretty massive. 14 or 15 even, maybe not, just a 13. It actually looks a little bigger. But I think these guys are powered, so we're definitely giving it a good go. That's Erdman. That was Ariel Corniel. There goes Erdman right there, stomping his front blind bump, getting around to heel side on that one. Still, I think the judges really want to see. There's so much rotation going on in that trick that there is a tendency to just displace so much water. You kind of break your momentum. So when that magical time and everything comes together, when you actually stomp it to heel side and ride out of it, planing quite fast without stalling is a great high scoring trick, and that's what our judges want to see. With Ariel Corniel and Erdman pretty much neck and neck at the moment here. Pretty even spread with plenty of time for something to change as Erdman goes with a nice, I think, back rotation. I couldn't see what was going on here in the thick of the sun. I'm with my wind protectors up here, protecting me from getting blasted along with all our equipment, but I am in a hoodie, not a hoodie, a puffy and a hat, if you can believe it. I learned my lesson yesterday, came prepared, but the action continues to heat up here as we're moving through our single eliminations. After 2 more heats following this, we're going to move on into our women's ladder. I see Gisela Polito already out on the water, getting a little warmed up, but I don't think we're going to see her compete today. She's later. She's definitely... Oh, and Ariel missing his chromo and just inches of water, and it looks Looks like his kite is out of the area, so he can get some help. Erdman still in the area, so he's trying to get that big 13 back up and running. As we got a minute 46 for these guys. Looks like most of those weeds pushed through onto the beach, but there's still some out there. Saw those guys dropping their kites on the inside yesterday, losing to the weeds, as Katja Lang put it yesterday. She said she lost to the weeds. But if you've ever kited in a weedy place, you know what I'm talking about. As we're ticking away, 45 seconds here remaining. Erdman and Corniel on the water doing their best. Scores coming in from both of these guys. It's going to be a tight one with 24 right now for Erdman, 26 for Corniel, but still some time to make a difference here as Erdman loads up and goes for a pass and definitely missing the bar early on in that trick. So he's got about 10 seconds if he's going to do anything here. And there goes Ariel with a 3-1-5 onto the beach at the basically at the buzzer, as the buzzer sounds right now, putting Ariel Corniel, I think, in a comfortable lead. Not sure. Let's see if he had anything else. He already had I don't think he had anything in that family. As you may not know, we've got 5 families of tricks that these tricks fall into, and they're scored on the one of each of the 5 families. So if he's already done a really good blind judge 5, for example, and he does a blind judge or 3-1-7, it's in the same family, so they're going to take the highest scoring trick. So the other one wouldn't count. They're going to take the highest scoring from that family. So 12 trick attempts, best 5 tricks count. 5 judges from 5 scores. Highs and the lows dropped, and then the average is their score. But that's going to do it for those guys. We've got DePfeffer in Martinez, the guy who pretty much threw one of the sickest tricks yesterday that I saw, for sure, is Posito Martinez from Dominican Republic. Another Dominican rider coming up here from Tarifa, Spain. You guys are in the right place. It's double elimination time with the world's best here, moving through as long as we can, really. I think the plan is to get through 2 rounds of men, 1 round of women, and then evaluate where we are at that point and see if we're going to continue or perhaps move to the big air. But judging by the wind right now, I think we're going to just kind of stay with the freestyle, as it's much better conditions. So anyways, we will be back here for more from Tarifa, Spain. Don't go anywhere. right, on the water. The heat is on, red, green flag up. DePfeffer and Martinez. Happening now. That is Martinez right there from the Dominican Republic. I'm hoping, we saw, I think in Egypt, a ridiculously high 317 from that rider. And he's known for some massive, massive tricks. So I'm hoping we're going to see some of those here as we move through this heat. But these guys both look to be struggling a little bit here in these lighter winds. Definitely not same conditions that we had yesterday, which were nothing short of ideal for letting these guys really show what they have. So we've got, of course, our results coming in from the first round. Gerashenko taking down Michael Schitzhofer for a pretty good upset for Michael, unfortunately. And Baker advancing over Alcazar. Tony Juan over Cocoluco. Hadlow over Arpa. Renato Romeo over Gomez. And that last heat was Corniel advancing over Erdmann. And on the water now, the man from Cabarete, Posito Martinez, lacking a little bit of juice right now. Only, I think, on a 12-meter kite. But still some kickers to be had there. But you know what? Actually, there was more swell about 40 minutes ago. Ooh, nice grab back to blind from our competitor, DePfeffer. De Silva is on a 14, all right. Well, I guess the wind is a little bit lighter as he manages a nice powered 315 right there. Does he have enough water to get off the beach? And there he goes, he does. And DePfeffer, another young Spaniard training with the world's best. It's just amazing the level that these guys are able to achieve here at such a ripe young age when they're hanging out and riding on the same beaches as the world's best here. As Tarifa has probably got that one booked as far as the highest concentration of professional kiteboarders. I guess it would change between, I guess, Tarifa, Cape Town. Probably the two big hot spots at the moment for these guys. Brazil as well, clearly. Nice front blind from Martinez there, down in front, taking advantage of those kickers, which you can see are much smaller. Oh, there he goes. Double S1. A little splashy. Oh, that was actually Erdmann right there. Or not Erdmann, DePfeffer. I'm on the previous heat, but you can see the backlighting is coming down as we're getting into the afternoon here. 4:29 local time with Posito Martinez and Pfeffer out on the water with 2 minutes 30 remaining here. And scores coming in for these two riders. Looking like Felix Antonio Martinez, also known as Posito, has got a little bit of an advantage at the moment, but 1 minute 58, there's still time. Can the young Spaniard put something down here in time? Whoa, there goes, I guess that was Pfeffer going large down at the bottom of the box. As Martinez, I think, saw that and said, I'm going to go for a 3-1, or a blind judge 5 rather. And getting it for the most part. Oh, and Pfeffer landing a nice solid trick right there at the end. Here, just 40 seconds remaining for these guys. As Posito Martinez is not relaxing at all, as he definitely knows he's got to get some more points down here for his confirmation. It looked like he was going for that one-handed front blind mob right there that we saw yesterday, but that kicker was about 1/4 of the size. And Pfeffer just throwing trick for trick here. Definitely getting some more points on the board. Are they going to be enough? I think it's going to come down to execution right now, and that's going to be it for the buzzer with Pfeffer and Mr. Posito Martinez right there, wrapping up their heat, as we're going to look towards the next one, which is going to be Lelou and Cloitens. Lelou from France and Jerome Cloitens from Belgium, riding for Belgium out of Tarifa, I believe. So that one's coming up, folks. There's more action on the way as we're continuing on with our double elimination here from the Pro Kite Tour 2014 from Playa Los Lances here on the shores of the Mediterranean and Atlantic. I'm not sure what they call this right here because we're pretty much at the mouth, so it could be either one. But great day shaping up here as we're going to move on through some more rounds of freestyle double elimination. Some hungry competitors coming up. Don't want to miss it. Stay with us. All right, so on the water is Lelu and Cloytons. Lelu on that air rush kite, and Cloytons. Actually, it doesn't really make sense to say kites because we're getting pretty tight shots here. That's Lelu right there in that white jersey. Coming in on the inside, looking a little underpowered. I think these guys are starting to complain about the conditions being less than optimal for competing here, which is fair enough. Definitely want these guys to have enough power to do their tricks. But Cloyton's right there saying, I have enough power. Look at my sweet KGB. And it was definitely that, as he definitely had enough power out there. I think a little bit closer to the beach in that current zone. It's definitely a little bit lighter, playing a bigger factor today than we saw yesterday. Even with the sizable surf, well, not surf, but kickers, shall we say, setting up for these guys, and a bit of current. We had enough wind, but definitely think a little bit lighter today is Cloyton unwinds on a nice back mob. Just missed out what that was from Lelu, who ended up on the beach. If you're just joining us, we are in the midst of our heat number 8 for the day with Lelu and Cloytons, France versus Belgium on the water right now. Lelu riding for Air Rush and Clash, and Jerome riding for North out of Belgium for Cloytons, and France for Lelu. Both these guys definitely, Jerome's had some really nice heats early in the trials I saw. Lelou's a strong rider as well. This could go either way. We're definitely going to have to keep an eye on what the judges have to say, as we had our last heat right there. Was Martinez advancing over Pfeffer. The nice back mob from Jerome. They're down in front, coming in hot right now. Lelu. Whoa, going down on an S-mob attempt. But at least he's in shallow enough water he can relaunch his kite. And another KGB from Jerome outside. As we've got 2 minutes 53 remaining here in this last heat of the men's round 1. There, it looks like Lelou's back up and running, but that is Cloyton's on the camera right now. Heading up in front of the judges' tower, getting ready to do something here on the inside. A nice back mob. Some of these guys, you see them repeating tricks. They're trying to add another rotation to it, or improve upon the execution of the actual trick that they did, which is why you see them repeating tricks sometimes. And a big front blind mob right there. Solid execution from Jerome Cloytons from Belgium. He had some fans watching yesterday, I know that. As Lelu is making his way into the inside with an S-mob attempt. Oh, grab your kite, grab your kite. Okay, it's up above his head. Basically, he's close enough to us that his kite would land on the tower if it came down. But definitely it's going to have to make up for that lost time. You can see the current right there. Really, Lelu struggling just to get off the beach in that side shore current. So I think it's fair to say definitely a bit more side shore than yesterday. There's a lot of confidence in that. Now, I would say it's hard to tell with this tack but I'd say there's a bit more side shore current than what we saw yesterday, as the winds were a bit more onshore, which of course makes Tarifa a great place to learn to kiteboard. You know, these poniente winds coming from the west. Oh, big S3 from Jerome. I think he's definitely got an advantage here, as he's putting down a pretty solid heat. Lou really struggling on these inside tricks. I think he's just coming in a little too far. But getting that one underneath him. Seeing Toby Bromwich, our staff photographer, working on his bronze out of the water for once. Oh, Jerome. Just double Hinterberg mobbing his way onto the beach. Lelou going down at the buzzer. It's going to do it for that heat with Julien Lelou and Jerome Cloydens. That's pretty safe to say Jerome Cloydens is going to be taking that one home. That front blind mob, 7.23, and well deserved for sure, as that was a very solid front blind mob. And he had some other big banger heats or tricks. That KGB 6.80, so nice tricks coming out of both those riders. But Julien Lelou going down to Jerome Cloydens from Belgium, who's going to be moving on into the next round, where he will meet Martinez, and that could be the last heat of the day. That was the plan, where we were going to stop, but I think the moment is now that we're going to shift gears over to our women's ladder. So we're going to cue all that up and come back with some women's action, and it's going to be Lutz and Castro on the water next. So stay with us. We got women's action coming your way here live from Tarifa, Spain. And we're back with ladies. First heat of the day, Sabrina Lutz and Julia Castro. Sabrina Lutz riding for North out of Germany, and just blind judging her way to some solid points right there. Nice execution, way out the back though. But I saw it. If I saw it, I'm sure the judges saw it. And Castro, same trick. Pretty solid execution, little bit stalling on the landing though. Castro out of Fuerteventura, riding for Spain, and air rush kiteboarding. Lutz, rally to wrapped. Passing it, Kite a bit high, but getting it done. As that's what it's going to take here for these ladies to move on up through the ladder. As we've got 4 women's heat. This would be heat 1 of the first round of the women, if you're just joining us. Thanks for being here. You guys know who you are. Sticking with us through thick and thin. The fans. It's quite a journey. Glad you guys are, glad I'm not alone, put it that way. As we're getting down here, these ladies are doing a great job of staying at the top of the box. Almost too good for the judges. But as you may have heard me mentioning, there's that back to wrap from Sabrina Lutz out of Germany, riding away clean. Ooh, an S-bend of line from our competitor Julia Castro. Wasn't on frame, but I've started to stand and look out to see, as I have a much better view than trying to catch what I can staring down at a monitor. So I may be calling some tricks that you're not seeing, but hey. Sabrina Lutz going down out back, but that is Julia Castro on camera right now, heading in. Just a little pop and tweak, not really of any value. I think she might have been trying to go for something, but probably a shifty 313, something of that nature. But it's going to count as a trick attempt, as she's looking like she has a little bit of a little underjuiced there, but she's short tacking and going to come in and see if she's looking for some ideal water conditions for her. That out the back is Sabrina Lutz right there, and that just on the inside. There goes Sabrina going down. Ooh, catching a heel side edge. But 3 minutes 30, so just midway through this women's heat, first women's heat of the day. This is the double elimination here from the Tarifa Pro Kite Tour. Ooh, oh, a back to blind attempt from Julie Castro going down though. These ladies are on 12s, so Julia, I believe, is on an 11 or 13, and Sabrina on a 12. Not big girls, so wind is definitely getting lighter. It's a good thing we switched over to the women's heats. The guys usually definitely take a little bit of power, a little bit more power rather, unless of course you're Eudazio da Silva, who amazingly can ride in no wind. The kid is out there in just conditions that you would not be, would think would not even be rideable. But so he's a tricky one. You don't want to send him out as the wind dummy, because you could be ending up doing the walk of shame, as we have all done. Oh, and Sabrina getting it there, her S-bend to blind. Some nice tricks coming out of these ladies. Not definitely lacking the power that we really need to see, or that they're going to need to have to get to the upper ranks that we're seeing out of some of the top women. And you know who I'm talking about, the top 3 women who've basically been dominating female kiteboarding for the past number of years: Bruna Kajia, Gisela Polito, and of course Carolina Winkoska. But all these women are just riding great. It's really good to see that level really start to step up. So both these riders fairly new to here the professional competition level here with the PKRA. I've seen Sabrina a few times, but definitely I think Julia is just maybe Fuerteventura was her first stop that I've recalled seeing her in. And Sabrina back rolling to back splat with 58 seconds. Ooh, and Juliet, another blind judge. Still a bit of a stall at the end. She's trying to improve on that. That was a trick she opened up with. And it's definitely just going to come down to what the judges think about that one. See if we've got scores coming in from these ladies. And I'm not seeing it. But if I would have to take a guess, I'm thinking Sabrina has got this, got a little bit of an advantage here at the moment with a few more tricks landed. Quite a variety. That back to wrap, rally wrap, S-bend to blind. Saw S-bend blind from Julia Castro as well, but 2 blind judges. But that's going to do it. We'll leave it to the judges to decide for that, as we're going to be moving on. Looks like Julia's got a bit of a sea monster on her depower strap, hanging on. Parasitic weeds that oftentimes plague professional kite surfers during heats. But that's it, folks. That's our first women's heat in the bag. We're going to move on to the next one. Coming up next is going to be none other than Rita Arnaus versus Francesca Bagnoli from Italy. So Spain versus Italy coming up. There's more action coming your way. Don't go anywhere. There's more live from Tarifa Pro Kite Tour 2014. All right, we've got our women on the water right now. Rita Arnaus and Hella, I believe, Hella Brohoska. No, it's Bagnoli, that's right. So Rita from Spain, Bagnoli from Italy, going at it here. A couple minutes in already. With these two ladies, Bagnoli getting some nice tricks, already a nice blind judge. I think she had a blind up early on in the heat. Actually, it was Arnaus. Oh, big S1 attempt from Bagnoli, and it's kind of a repeat of what I saw the other day. It was big execution, just coming unglued pretty much almost every time, but man, when she puts it together, that is going to be a serious high-scoring trick. So really good performance, but hasn't been able to put it underneath her feet. But there's still time, 3 minutes 59 here remaining as Francesca Bagnoli is up against Rita Arnaus, who I believe is from Catalunya, somewhere around Barcelona. She's, I think, living in San Pedro Pescador for the summer, working and training. And Bagnoli riding clean away from an S-bend to blind, but not sure how that's going to score. It looks like she let go of the bar after kind of riding away clean for a second or two, but I'm not going to stress about it. I'm going to leave it to the judges. There's more things I can stress about, but one of them is not that. As Arnaus back rolling, I think she was going for a back to blind. But definitely a lot of the other riders who are up later in the double elimination are out free riding down below the competition area. So that's probably some pretty big action going down there. As these ladies are starting to move their kites a bit more. Looks like Bagnoli's on an 11-meter kite. Arnaus, can't really see here what she's on, but she's starting to have to stroke her kite a bit more here. And if you're a kiteboarder, you know what that means. And if you're not, well, I will explain it. It is basically a means of generating power. You're basically scooping up power is basically one of the best ways to translate it to a layperson. So, but I doubt there's too many of you guys out there, as you're here for one reason. That's because you love kiteboarding, as do I. And there's some spectacular kiteboarding action coming your way, as we've already experienced quite a bit. Yesterday was just one for the record books, in my opinion. I saw some of the biggest tricks. I think it was just, conditions were really good. And, of course, we got the best in the world. So there's no shortage of action being thrown yesterday, as I'm sure waiting for that new video to come out from yesterday's highlights. The team is probably back editing and cutting. And I'm probably going to do the voiceover later tonight. So it will be out soon. But as we're getting down here into the afternoon, 5 o'clock here local time. Not sure where you guys are watching from, but I always enjoy hearing anyone. If anyone's watching from somewhere out of the way, it's always pretty cool. And the people over in Morocco could probably be watching from across the way, because I can see Morocco from where I'm sitting. And that is not that far away. And there goes Arnaud's getting a nice S1 right there. Just scratching at that bar and getting it, though, right before the buzzer. So congratulations to Rita Arnaud, riding really well, as well as Bagnoli putting together a nice solid heat as well. Let's have to check on some of these scores from our women, because that could have been a close one, but looking like Bagnoli putting together a little bit more solid, but we're waiting for that S1 to come in from Arnaud at the buzzer. I'm not sure if it's going to make a difference, though, as a nice big 5-point spread between those two riders from what I'm seeing right now, but going to have to wait and see. We are on deck to see Borczoka from Poland coming up against Christine Oya. Saw some big tricks from Christine her last heat yesterday, and I'm sure we're going to see some more. The girl from Estonia, Christine Oya, coming up against the girl from Poland, Hela Brochowska. Elena's her name, but they call her Hela, so we'll call her Hela. So that's coming up next, folks. Stay with us, waiting for the final results for these ladies to come in. And we'll be back with more here from Tarifa. All right, the ladies are back on the water. That is Christine Oya right there at the buzzer, I believe. Yeah. Getting something under her belt as I'm filling out the ladder here as we're looking towards our men's ladder. Coming up, I was just chatting with David Tony Juan here as he's getting ready to meet Aaron Hadlow for his first time. And I remember, I just can imagine that pressure of coming up against one of the guys you've been idolizing for so many years and meeting up against him in a heat. It's got to be a pretty substantial milestone and a little bit of pressure, I'm sure. But it is anyone's game as competition. Anything can happen, really. We've seen some spectacular heats get thrown by some unsuspecting characters at times, but David Tony Juan is no unsuspecting character by any means. He's a very powerful rider, and it's been really good seeing him kind of come on here this tour season as Hela unwinds with a nice S-bend. Out the back. Inside here is Christine Oya right there, setting up for something on the inside. Hela out the camera, not sure what she did, but she is heading back out to see, as is Kristen Oya. Looks like she's going to be setting up here on the inside. Just going to come into my view here and straight into the sun. And goes for an S1, but doesn't really land it clean. And Hella is way outside trying to find her. And she is out the back, but making her way in here. Looks like she might have a little bit of an issue with that current as well. She looks fairly powered right now. Let's see if she's got something for us here on her tack on the inside. I think Kristen was just coming in, trying to set up and nail that last trick she was trying. There's a nice S1 from Hella Brahoska right there. Solid trick from our young Polish rider, living half the year in Canada, studying in Vancouver. The rest traveling around the world and training. Back to blind from Christine Oya out the back. One of the gypsies here on tour. She's been doing a little video part with, I forget who the other ones are. I think it might be Anna Luce. But cool girl from Estonia. And we've got Rita Arnaus taking that last heat from what I'm seeing here. But it's still out, as it is not confirmed. Waiting for that to come in, as our head judge, Sammy Golly's probably still working on it, crunching numbers. Massive computer system, feeding it in. Crypt attempt from Hella going down though. Inside section wreaking havoc with some of these ladies here. Hella definitely a little undergunned. I think she could use a little bit more kite here on the inside for sure. Who's on the camera? Both these ladies getting down really far in the bottom of the box here. You can see a bit more side shore. They're not so much ending up on the beach as they are just down away from the judging tower, which I'm basically sitting in. That is Christine Oya right there. Really working her kite here, just kind of struggling here. And we've got the postponement flag flying. You know what that means? The heat is abandoned, and I'm sure it's due to the struggling conditions these ladies are putting, having to try and compete in. So that's not what we want. We want conditions where these people can really pull together. You see all those kites down in the water up the beach. So this could be it. The witching hour is upon us here, 5:10 p.m. local time here in Tarifa, Spain. I'm Dave Tabarski here, trying to bring you the action as it unfolds here from the beach. Here we're in a natural preserve. That guy's got a little swagger going on there, enjoying a little bit of the beats happening on the beach. But I hope you guys are enjoying it, because we're having a blast. I don't think those two ladies were having too much fun, struggling, trying to force those tricks together, and it is just kind of shutting off here. Christine Oya barely getting her kite back to the beach. As you can see, our photographer Toby Bromwich, Frogman, the man with the guns, swimming back into the beach, as there is canceling that heat. And that's the only info I've got right now. I think basically it's just going to be a win-hold situation. But I'm going to try and get someone up here so you can hear some other someone else's voice for a little bit, and maybe get an interview going with some of our top riders. I mean, Tony Juan was up here just a second ago, but I'm sure he was down getting ready for his heat now. But we're going to throw to a quick break. and I just heard a bunch of horns. I think that could be a wrap for the day, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, I'm going to come back and do a wrap up and give you guys the skinny on what's going down here. It's actually a beautiful, beautiful afternoon here. I'm just standing up, turning around. Don't have a studio cam going here at this event just due to the kind of the elements and where we're having to set up. I was basically buried under sand the day we had Levante that we really didn't get anything out. I do apologize for that, but man, it can be a very, very challenging place here. But I'm hearing lots of horn beeps, and that can only mean one thing, then that's probably a wrap. But I'm going to come back and get the confirmation from our race director, Eric Trusteider, and we'll be back with more action, or not more, maybe. That's a promise for a maybe. We'll be back with more information in just a little bit. So stay with us. There's more from Tarifa coming back. All right, guys, so we are still on wind hold. The next heat we would do would be a rerun, but no real news as far as whether that's going to happen and the wind's going to materialize or not. There's still people, definitely people out on the water riding, but as far as in the zone here in our competition area, there are some big holes. But it does seem to be steadying out a bit. Could have been just a little choke, little hiccup. So we'll have to just wait it out, as is the only thing you can do here with the wind. But they're just gonna have to wait and see, as we've got winds dipping down into the 8 knot range, 7 knot range here. But Toby Brower looks like he's ready to head out on his 18 meter here. The man, Airstyle man, Toby Brower. We've seen him in our big air contest, but he is struggling on an 18 meter at the moment. So I'm not super confident that he's going to be making it back to where he started. But that's the man right there, Mr. Airstyle. Yeah, he's got some, well, he is on an 18, but he missed his board, and it looks like everyone who's out is still staying very far out, away from the shore. So could be a little bit of a bubble here, killing the wind along the beach. But we're just going to have to play it by ear and wait. So do stay with us, as we're going to have to just wait to hear what our race director says. Everyone's on standby at the moment, but we're here in beautiful Tarifa. Amazing day on the beach. Kites everywhere. Beautiful people. Beautiful scenery. And amazing day of action so far. Hopefully there's more, but regardless, we've got day 6 right now of our 9-day event, so 3 more days to come for us here in Tarifa. We got started, I don't even know. These days just kind of keep going by and by. So day number 6, three more remaining, and so plenty of time for more action. Today, unfortunately, could be a wrap, but we're going to stay on standby, keep things rolling, trying to keep things interesting for you. Thanks, you guys, for those of you who are tuning in, staying with us, as we're going to have to see what becomes of this little break here in the wind. Could be siesta time. So stay with us. We'll be back as soon as we know something.
Ten decisions shape your life. You'll be aware of 5 about 7 ways to go through school. Either you noticed or left out. 7 ways to get ahead. 7 reasons to drop out. When I said I can see me in your eyes, you said I can see you in my pants. That's not just friendship, that's romance too. You like music we can dance to. Sit me down, shut me up, I'll calm down, and I'll get along with you. There is a time when we all fail. Some people take it pretty well. Some take it all out on themselves. Some they just take it out on friends. Oh, everybody plays the game. And if you don't, you're called insane. Don't, it's not safe no more. I got to see you one more time. When you were born in 1984. Sit me down, shut me up, I'll calm down, then I'll get along with you. Everybody was well dressed, and everybody was a mess. 6 things without fail you must do, so that your woman loves just you. All the girls played mental games, and all the guys were dressed the same. Why not try it all, if you only remember it once? Ooh, sit me down, shut me up, I'll calm down, I'll get along with you. Okay, one more time.
All right, folks, we are back, and I've got with me a special guest. That's right, you can see it at the bottom of your screen. Reno Romeo, how are you, buddy? Let's get that mic right up and tight on your mouth there. How you doing?
Oh, good, oh, good. And you, Dave?
I'm doing great, man. It's been a really fun event. I mean, I think so far, obviously, the highlight for me was yesterday's action, and then the Big Air was pretty substantial as well. You you did pretty well. I was during your heat. I was commenting that you know, these past few events, you've kind of turned it on and had some pretty decent results. Just really consistent since Fuerte and Germany and you know, now here. Take us through you know, what's going on in your head about that.
Yeah, it's have been a really good season, but yeah, I was not expecting for the really bad single elimination that I had yesterday. And yeah, I really like strong wins, ride way better in strong wins like Germany, France, Fuerte. And yeah, like especially now in September, I was really expecting for like a really strong Levante win. So I was like, yeah, let's go for it. And yeah, unfortunately for me, it's like this Poniente for really big kites, like 14, 13. I still had a okay heat, but yeah, I guess I didn't make it for the judges, and yeah, I lost my first heat in the second round of single elimination. So yeah, pretty bad start for me. But yeah, that's
but I mean, that's, you know, it's still the single elimination.
Yeah, but I always try, like everyone try to focus max in the single, because every heat you go forward is you're gonna be way forward already. Then you know, like so yeah, it's way easier way to be in the podium or somewhere in the top 3, top 5. That's my goal. But yeah, still on. I think we have a lot of days of competition still, and I hope I can land my stuff, and yeah, it's gonna be great.
But I mean, in Fuerteventura, you were up there. Germany, you were up there.
Yeah, because yeah, like most of these stops, like people level drops a bit, and I have my tricks really like ready and lock it, you know, like to do it.
Yeah.
And so I gonna do it here, and I gonna do anywhere. And so still in the very difficult condition where Fuerteventura is super strong and gusty, people was crashing like just normal mobs, and then I was still doing. And here people comes with crazy moves, and like for me it's harder in light wind using big kites, and yeah, that's my point of view.
Well, you know, Rio is where you basically call home and you train. What are the conditions like there?
Yeah, the conditions like side shore, the wind coming from the left, and yeah, it's like basically every day for 11 or 12, 13 meter. It's not strong
so
at all.
It's not too far off from what we're seeing here right now, huh?
No, it's not. It's just because, yeah, it's like a personal thing, you know.
Yeah, for sure. No, everyone has their optimal conditions, but we did see some optimal conditions yesterday for obviously a lot of riders doing pretty well on, you know, their 12 to 14 meter kites.
Yeah, late in the afternoon the wind picked up, and people were riding 11, like power in 11. So yeah, it's crazy because in the beginning of competition you can see how the level was because the wind was super light, and as soon the wind kicks in and we have more power in the kite, you see you see how crazy the level goes up. It's insane crazy.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting afternoon, to say the least, yesterday, seeing just all the big tricks that were going down, like multiple doubles and a lot of the heats and big stuff. But you know, to take it to another place, we've got you know, the big air division, which you did pretty well in here. What's your take on that? I mean, honestly, one of the most memorable tricks that I saw on that day was that one where I think it was your first jump of the day. You got a really nice big gust, and I don't know how high you were. You like 10, 11, 12 meters, but you were up there. What's your take on like the discipline of big air, that type of the sport, that side of it?
I really like it, big air. I like always when I'm in the water training heavy and free session, I go there and do my tricks, train few tricks, you know, like that I have to improve, or new trick I have to learn. And after that, I just go for some relaxing after training, you know, like I just do some massive airs because I love it, you know, like I love do some massive jumps and look down and say like, wow, how high I am.
Yeah,
you know?
You're basically sightseeing up there.
Yeah, I really love it. Like when my home spot is cranking, it's just like few days per year, I pump my biggest kite and I don't go train. I just go do some massive jumps and some mega loops, and I really like it. Unfortunately, the wind was pretty good when we did the big air here, but I was expecting like
Big
yeah,
stuff,
like
yeah, big winds.
Levante,
Probably.
like normally it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just a little bit bad lucky, but it's all right.
Well, I think we, did what we could, taking advantage of it. That being the only Levante winds for the forecast period,
For
because
sure.
I think the remaining 3 days are calling for Poniente.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, I was tell us what's next for you. I mean, after this stop, we're going to Brazil, your home country. How's that gonna? I mean, we haven't had an event in Brazil in a while. Granted, it's far. It's the other opposite end of the country. But for you, is it going to play it into it being in your home country for the next event?
Well, I don't think being in Brazil, it feels like okay, I'm home.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be easy, like.
Will there be more
Yeah.
more pressure because you're Brazilian? I mean, talking with Gisela and Liam, for example, here they're at their home beach, but even when they're in Spain, I'm sure they feel that pressure of just being in their home country and knowing that they're
Yeah, I think so, because especially there we're gonna have so many Brazilians competing, and all of the Brazilians from the north, they are ripping, and basically, like, no, for sure, I am the only one that is not from up there. I live in Rio, but anywhere out of Fortaleza or Ceará and Piauí, no one is freestyling, just me. So it's gonna be a bunch of good locals there, and yeah, I feel kind of pressure because, like, I think for me it's gonna be like I don't compete the Brazilian Championship for a while now. I'm 2 times Brazilian champion, but yeah, I don't compete the Brazilian Championship for a while now, and I think for me the PKRA in Brazil is gonna be a competition of the World Tour and Brazilian competition together. You know?
Exactly.
So yeah, like all the Brazilian media is gonna be there. So it's yeah, I think I'm gonna feel a little more pressure than being in the other countries, and I really feel comfortable competing everywhere because I'm so used to not be home and traveling a lot, so I really like to be outside. But yeah, I think go there and have like my local food and local people speaking my language is gonna be great already. So
yeah, well, there's
hope to have Rio sometime.
The comfort
in Rio.
Oh, I'd love to, man.
That would be sick.
That would. It's. You know what? I think it could be in the future. So
yeah, me too.
We'll keep our fingers crossed. So, well, I'll leave you to it, man. I just wanted to sit down and pick your brain about, yeah, see what you're up to. But it's been great having you in the booth, and thanks for your time. And best of luck as you're going to come up in your next heat against who? Cornell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that probably not going to happen today, but. Anyways, wish you the best of luck, and then moving on into Brazil, best of luck throughout the tour year. Do you know where you are in the rankings now? I mean,
yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna steal what I am. I'm gonna be top 6.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, what about Jacobs? I mean, he's gonna be.
Yeah, but he's still some really nice results. So I think like everybody just gonna be ahead of him just in the end of the year because he had some he won Morocco. He had some second places. And yeah, he's gonna be top 3 or top 4 until pretty much the end of the year.
Right on. Right on. Well, thank you again, Reno Romeo. Great to have you. And folks at home, we're going to still on win hold, still waiting for the results or the results, whether we're going to actually continue on or if we're going to refire up this competition for the day, but we're going to have to remain on hold until get the official word. So that being the case, we will keep things rolling, and we'll get back with more information.
All right, sit, Dave. I'm going to get down. So thanks for the interview. Cheers.
took off. I took off, yeah. She came screaming. She didn't wanna seem misleading. You never see what I see. You'll never be what I dream. You'll never see what I see. Yeah. You'll never be what I dream. I don't know how to look straight. Could this be my mistake? My time's gone fast for 2 years now. My watch face is clouding out, so you might be fine on your own. You might be fine without us all standing by my sinking ship, watching me as the tide of wind sinking further in. Ooh, 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 no one ever tried to turn you down. Mouth will move, no sound come out. Heart is sinking to the floor. Make your move to the other side. Partners that live in a hazy light. Feet move softly on the floor. 'Cause you're standing by my sinking ship, watching me as the tide of winds sinking further in. Ooh, ooh, you're standing by my sinking ship, watching me as the tide appears sinking further in.
All right, our win hold is going to be wrapping up here as we're back into sequence with the red flag up, meaning just a few minutes away until the start of the rerun of that last heat that was abandoned. If you were just joining us, it was abandoned due to lack of wind, out having to deal with that lack of wind was none other than Brohoska and Oya. Hela Brohoska from Poland and Oya from Estonia. But man, take a look at the what's coming on frame right now with that boat. That thing gets around. I saw that guy ripping around this morning when we were setting up here around 8 a.m. and he was out just for a free ride session. Apparently he's a racer. He's done a few world championships in that class of boat. And that thing, it looks like a blast. That's our safety boat. So it's all about fun here at the PKRA Tarifa Pro Kite Tour. If you're just joining us, I hope you're having fun, and I'm having fun as we are getting ready to enjoy ourselves some more freestyle action with the ladies. We're going to go for the rerun. Hopefully it's enough. We was over in the judges tower checking out the wind meter, which was reading about a solid 15, occasionally dropping to 12, but looks to be contestable conditions as the heat is on the water right now. Green flag goes up as our ladies are out straight into the sun. Not the best angle, that shot right there, but what can you do? We don't have a boat to a lens big enough to shoot from Morocco, which is the alternative, I guess. But these ladies are pretty stoked, I'm sure, to have another shot, as we want everyone to have contestable conditions and a level playing field as these ladies do battle here for the opportunity to move on up in the ladder here in our double elimination. So this is the second chance that these women have had. If you are not familiar with the double elimination, The double is where you get your second chance if you're eliminated in the singles. So you earn your position in the singles and then you kind of remain there in the doubles. So people who get out before you have to work their way up to you. And then, of course, if you win the single elimination, you must be beaten twice in the double elimination to be dethroned from that top spot. Shifty to wrap from Christine Oya, 313. Going down on her side of the column as Hella looks to be setting up. She's definitely starting to stroke her kite a bit more now. But, you know, that's a tactic. Well, she looks like she is truly struggling, but I remember, yeah, that inside section current is really a bit tough. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw this one getting called yet again, as I don't really, honestly, for myself, see the conditions significantly improving throughout the afternoon, as we're looking at 6 o'clock already here local time. And Poniente days, from what I know, have done their thing by this point, but it is not my call on that one, as of course we want to get through as much of the double elimination as we can, but if conditions do not allow, what can we do? And I'm quite certain we're going to see that blue and white checkered flag go up at some point in this heat, but we're going to have to remain. Whoa, Hella making the pass, but crashing her kite right onto the beach. As Christine Oya winds up landing tote side. Not as these women are still giving it their best shot here. And it's looking like they've got a bit of power right now. Oya kind of missing her load and pop right there. That is the crucial part. One of the main crucial elements of defining a successful trick. It's just one of the elements, but a good load and pop and takeoff is going to set the stage for what you can do throughout the remainder of the trick. Getting that rotation initiated properly on the axis you want to initiate it upon. Hella getting it all the way, her nice S1. And Christine Oya going for her S1. Ooh, missing the landing, making the pass, but having to let go. Recovering her kite pretty quickly. She's up and at them yet again. These ladies got some abs on them. Throwing that wakeboard underneath them just to get going again as quickly as possible. And your heat, 7 minutes is the heat duration that we have here in the PKRA, with 3-minute transitions between them. So they've got 7 minutes to put down their best 5 tricks. And these ladies are back to blind right there from Hella on the inside. Kristen on the outside going again for her S1, getting it much better. Nice clean landing. With a pretty close spread here, but 1:15 remaining. I think that last S-spin from Christine is going to be putting her in the lead even more. already Helena 2-point deficit at this point. But the wind is seems to be cooperating at the moment. So back to wrap from Christine Oya right there. A little splashy on the landing, but that is going to definitely solidify her landing. Let's see, just a crip from Hella. She's going to need more than that if she's going to be moving on to the next round here in our third heat of the women's round 1 of the double elimination here in beautiful Playa Los Lances and Tarifa, Spain, where the Mediterranean and Atlantic meet. This is the spot as kites are falling here into a big hole. See if these ladies can get back off the beach. That is Kristen Oya right there. And that's going to wrap up that heat. I think they're going to keep it for sure, as they looked like they had plenty of power at times. But that's going to be a wrap for those ladies, as we're going to look onwards to our next women's heat, which is Kasia Lang rather, and Paula Novotná, two powerful riders. It is going to be an interesting battle. So we are back up and running after a bit of a postponement due to wind conditions dropping below suitable levels, but looks like things are filling back in quite nicely here, as we could ever even see another round of men. So fingers crossed that we're going to finish up this next heat and then go straight. The plan would be to go straight into that second round of men, which we're going to see some heavy hitters: Garashenko, Baker, Tony Juan, and Hadlow, Romeo, Corniel, Martinez, and Cloytons. That would be the plan if we continue on. So point in for that last heat. It's going to be Kristen Oya advancing over Hella Brhoska. So we're going to take a quick break and come back with our last women's heat of round 1 before we move on to the men here in Tarifa, Spain. You don't want to go anywhere. More action is on the way. Stick with us. And the heat is on with our ladies. Last heat of the round 1 for the ladies. Langa and Novotná. Paula Novotná already opening up with a nice blind judge outside. Here in our 15 knots of wind that are gracing the competition area after a brief break. But no worries. We've got the wind machine that is Tarifa as the stage for our stop here at the Tarifa Pro Kite Tour. With 6:05 here local time. Nice 313 from Paula. Really riding strong here after her injury, coming back. It's great to see her back on tour and riding so well after an injury. It takes a while for people to come back physically, of course, but often emotionally and mentally, just getting it together in the head, not you know, riding, get back to their regular reckless abandon that is required to be such a high-level kiteboarder. Sometimes you just got to flip off the switch and go, accept the fact that you are could crash very hard, but it is water, and that's one of the great things about kiteboarding, is that it's just water. Of course, when you're hitting it at about 25 miles an hour, it can hurt. But that is our competitor right there, Paula Novotná, the one I was talking about, going into the darkness of the sun, all backlit, but carrying on towards Valdevaqueiros down the beach. She's coming back in. We can get a view of what jersey she's wearing. I think it might be red. Yeah. That's her on that North Kite, that blue and red. Out of the Czech Republic. Oh, and both the girls going for blind judges. Mikasha out the back, missing her bar, putting her kite down on the water, but she's back up in no time with 4 minutes remaining here for these ladies. So plenty of time. As Novotná's got a solid lead right now. As the time is ticking away for Kasia to put something down. She's been struggling for most of this heat here, trying to get her board back under her feet. She's gonna have to put it together here ASAP if she's gonna have a prayer to move on through this. But Paula Novotná clearly in charge of this heat at the moment. As the wind is, surprisingly enough, filled in quite nicely. Both these ladies looking quite powered. There she goes. Kasia getting a nice blind judge under her belt. Finally, she needed that. Looks like she had a back to blind that I didn't see her get. A nice 5.33 score on that for Kasia Langa. And Paula Novotná, where are you? That's Kasia going down, trying to get a read on where. That's our rescue boat that I was talking about earlier. Looks like they had to do a rescue. Where is Paula? That is the question. I don't see her. She may have switched kites. Couldn't see her. She was out of frame, but is somewhere, I'm sure. I just don't know where. I don't see her, but Kasha's taking advantage of this little pole position spot, or what do they call it in hockey? Power play. Little power play at the moment, missing her competitor. Let's see if she's got enough. 53 seconds on the clock until the end of this women's heat number 4 for the double elimination. Last heat of our women's rounds. Kasha going down on a 3-1-3 attempt. And could that be Paula way out top at the back? I doubt it, but there's a Kite. The North Kite way upwind, but I don't think that's her. I'm not sure where she is or what happened to her, but she may be doing something. Oh, there's a little baby running into the water. And there Kasha gets it. Whoa. And ends up on the beach at the buzzer. Good thing those parents got that kid out of there. That is a danger zone. As that's going to wrap up the heat between Kasha Lunga and Paula Novotna. Still not sure what happened to Paula, where she went, but hopefully all is well, as she looked like she still may have had enough points to be taking that one home, as that is Kasha right there walking back up the beach. As we're going to shift gears straight into the heavy hitting heats of the men, which are sure to be good. That's for sure. We got a good one coming up. Gerashenko, who upset Michael Schitthofer, coming up against Forrest Backer of the world famous Light Brothers production company. Coming up next, so there's men's action on the way, as far as I know, unless they decided otherwise without telling me. We're going to see some men, so stick around. There's more action coming your way here live from Tarifa, Spain. All right, so on the water right now, we've got Gerashenko and Forrest Backer on the water for our first men's heat of our second round. And Gerashenko upsetting Michael Schithofer with some solid riding with that solid S-mob right there. Coming on straight into it as Forrest is going to have his hands full, but I know he can do it. He's been riding strong. No worries here for him. He's at his home spot. Definitely helps to be at home and to be able to only focus on your competition at hand. As we've got solid wins out on the course. And Gerashenko and Baker. So Baker is actually French, living in Spain. I think he actually might be Dutch. French, living in Spain. Another worldly competitor here on the PKRA, speaking a multitude of languages. Against Gerashenko, the Ruski, out of the Russian Federation. That is Artem Gerashenko right there with the Hindenburger mob on the inside. Let's see what's Baker got for us. Gonna have to stand up for this one. Is Artem Gerashenko with a nice KGB. Forrest Baker going for his S-mob. Nice, but right onto the beach. Hopping back onto the water, trying to take advantage of that flat water on the inside. Looks like actually may have gotten a little bit more onshore as it filled in. As Forrest Baker getting a front blind under his belt and that S-mob. Gerashenko really with only an S-mob that I'm seeing here, but plenty more to come from both these guys, I'm sure. But Gerashenko with a front mob of his own. Front blind, actually. You don't see classic front mobs anymore these days, which is kind of a sad thing. One of my favorite tricks, but it's kind of evolved into the front blind mob. More inverted, lower. Oh, nice KGB from Backer right there, right on the inside, right in front of the beach. The crowd going nuts, putting their hands in the air for that one. Gerashenko's in on the inside right here, checking his watch. 2 minutes 13, still on this heat. As there's pretty much the most massive container ship I've ever seen way out to sea. But there's a massive toe side trick getting ready to be thrown by Gerashenko. Getting it under his feet, a little chrome move action there from Gerashenko. As both these guys, super hungry competitors, kind of scratching at that middle rung here at the PKRA, really just, trying to get through a couple heats, an event. Really haven't been able to push on through into the mid-range, make it up towards the quarterfinals. But both of them exceptional riders with the talent to do it. Boom. Solid big S3 from Baker, riding super strong here. I think he's found a renewed passion or a renewed intensity in his riding that I don't think I've seen from him in a while. So it's good to see with Gerashenko coming right back with the same trick. S3, I think Baker's might have been a bit better. But some good scores coming in from both these guys right now. Pretty tight matchup here. And flag is down, 20 seconds remaining on the clock. And right now it's looking like Baker's just got him out by a little margin. And Forrest going again, getting a mob. And I think he needed it. I think that might do it for him. No, he already had one. And I think that's about already a pretty high scoring mob that he had down. So I think, don't know if that's going to help him, but I don't know if he actually needed it. With 24.10, 25.12 for Baker at the moment. We'll have to wait and see if there's anything out that is not yet recorded by our head judge, and come back to you with that. But if that is the case, that's going to be a big success for Forrest Baker, moving through 2 rounds. If that is the case, but we're going to have to wait and see. More importantly, we've got our next heat coming up, which is going to be Mr. Tony Juan, David Tony Juan from Costa Brava, Spain, versus Mr. Aaron Hadlow, many-time world champion out of the UK. Coming up next, that is Renaud Romeo right there. You're just looking at, we had him up in the booth. If you were lucky enough to catch that moment when we were chatting about everything Renaud Romeo. He's a good guy. Great to have him on tour, and a ripping rider. Definitely shining brightly here these past few events. Not super happy with his performance so far here in the single elimination, but it is still a young event as far as he goes, because he's coming up against Corniel in the heat following this, so plenty of opportunity for him. He's just got to make it through that, and then maybe another one, and then boom, the next thing you know, he's battling for the the top 5-6 spots. There's Paula Navana. I'm seeing her walk back up the beach. Never found out what happened to her in her heat, but she's obviously walking fine. Not sure if she ended up just way downwind or our cameraman couldn't find her. But that's David Tony Juan right there, getting ready as I'm getting ready. 50 seconds away to the start of that heat. Hadlow, Tony Juan coming up, don't go anywhere. All right, and the heat is on. David Tony Juan out of Costa Brava, Spain, on the water with Aaron Hadlow. Both those guys look like already a front blind mob from Tony Juan. I think something as well for Aaron. Didn't catch it. As the wind is surprisingly filled in here at Los Lances Beach, we've got quite strong little push here. Ooh, Tony Juan unwinding a nice solid back mob, and Aaron with a back mob 5 already. As we look down there to Punta Paloma, old military base down there. Great place to go check out if you're ever in the area, which you definitely should be. Tony Juan setting up toe side, not liking it, couldn't find it. Looking for it again. What's he got? Not finding it. Ooh, Aaron going. Not sure what he did. Maybe a KGB pass to his backhand. And Tony Juan did something just by, there's that massive ship I'm talking about. See these guys checking their watch. That's Tony Juan, knowing he needs to put it together. I've talked to him earlier, and he says he needs this. He needs this win. And a nice, solid Hinderburger move from Tony Juan. And what has Aaron Hadlow got for us here? Oh, nice S mode. There's Tony Juan setting up for Pete Rose. Getting it. Not the nicest one he could have thrown, but still. I'm not going to split hairs. He's definitely putting down some solid points. And here goes Hadlow from toe side as well, with his chromo. David, there's his Mob 5. And the crowd is really pumping up Tony Juan here as these guys are neck and neck at the moment. All right, judges called that last one a slim. 27.84 for Aaron, 26.43. Oh, boom, getting it around to 5 for David. Tony Juan getting that chromo underneath him, back to heel side. That's what the judges want to see. I think we're going to see some more toe side action out of Hadlow here in just a few minutes here. 3 minutes remaining here on the clock from beautiful Los Lances Beach here in Tarifa, Spain. We've got the former world champion Aaron Hadlow on the water right now, setting up toe side. And there he goes, gets it done. Chromo 5 getting it back around. And Aaron's keeping an eye on Tony Juan. He's feeling the pressure here from the young Spaniard. Aaron Hadlow, many-time world champion, revisiting the tour. First year back after quite a hiatus. First year doing the whole shebang, winning our last event in Germany. Oh, nice grab, KGB from Tony Juan to the crowd goes nuts here on the beach. And Aaron is feeling the pressure. This is going to be an interesting. Right now I'm seeing Tony Juan with just a fraction of a point, slightly in the lead with a minute 50 remaining. This is coming down to the bitter end here, ladies and gentlemen. I happen to be sitting or up on the stand here. There's a bunch of Tony Juan fans. That is for sure. And there goes. Ooh, that was a butt check. KGB from Aaron, keeping an eye on Tony Juan. Like, He's feeling the threat. Let's see what Tony Juan has for us. Blind judge 5 attempt, but going down. Aaron sees him down. This is definitely playing into his psyche, but man, Aaron Hadlow, what a competitor. This guy knows, he knows how to do it, and he knows what to do, and he knows when to do it. Both these guys looking like a little bit under at the moment. Tony Juan choosing a short tack right there, maybe a little blocking strategy. If it's an obvious block, it's definitely a warning. All right, what's Tony Juan got for us? He's going to go for another blind judge 5, I am certain. Looking for a kicker. Nope. Oh, going down. And Aaron Hadlow made a nice big upwind push. Top of the box. Here goes Aaron's blind judge 5 and lands it super clean, and he definitely needed it right there at the buzzer. That was it for Aaron Hadlow and Tony Juan, and I think that could definitely just push Aaron Hadlow over the edge, as these guys are deliberating about who's winning. So I'm going to take a quick break, but a solid heat from Tony Juan and Aaron Hadlow. So we're just going to have to come back and see who's going to be taking that one home. So stay with us. There's more coming up. Next is Romeo and Corniel. Stick around. Super cool heat. Great job from David Tony Juan. Unfortunately, just missing it. That blind judge 5 from Hadlow right there at the end, scoring a big 8.37 and putting him over the top, as David Tony Juan should go home thinking very happy with himself on that performance. But on the water right now is Renato Romeo, a nice slim, and Ariel Corniel. These guys both talented riders, as you can pretty much say that about every single heat, as the world's best here on the PKRA in Tarifa, Spain. Putting it down, but standout heat right there. That last one is definitely the one that's going to be the one that has been most memorable for me here today. Renault landed something on the outside, didn't catch it. Plenty of tricks being thrown here as Ariel Corniel on the inside going for a nice grab back to blind, landing just in those inches of water, man. That I don't think I would feel so comfortable, but these guys clearly have what it takes. Nice back moog from Renault, but stuffing his nose on the landing and going down. That's going to count as a crash for sure. As well, and the blue and white checkered flag flies up and the horn sounds as there was something going wrong and the heat was postponed. I can see our race director, Eric Truestider walking out, talking to Ariel Corniel. Let's see what the word is. As Ariel just got the word that something was wrong. It didn't look like Ariel was super happy that he was abandoned. So I think he was feeling like he had a pretty good shot, was riding pretty well, some nice tricks under his belt. But such is the case, as could be a number of factors that forced the abandonment of that heat. We'll have to wait and see. But that's the man right there, Ariel Corniel, the winner of our big air discipline, winner of the PKRA Cabarete stop in 2007. Put him on a path to stardom here in the world of kiteboarding. And just an all-around great guy, ripping on the slalom course as well as big air, clearly. So 5-minute break is what I'm hearing right now until we resume that heat. So do stay with us. There's more men's freestyle action of the double elimination here from the Tarifa Pro Kite Tour coming your way.
Everybody was well dressed, and everybody was a mess. 6 things without fail you must do, so that your woman loves just you. All the girls played mental games, and all the guys were dressed the same. Why not try it all if you only remember it once?
All right, and we're back on with the restart of that heat. Third heat of our round 2 of the men. Reno Romeo and Ariel Corniel. That is Reno Romeo on the screen right now. Setting up. A nice slim. And Ariel landing something from behind as well. I guess the official word was there were some missed tricks and it was going to be a very close heat. And you don't want it to come down to being decided by tricks being missed. So the call was made to abandon and restart. A nice S-mob from Ariel Corniel. And what do we have from Reno setting up with a KGB? Oh, and Ariel really just prefers to, I mean, if there's 4 inches of water, it's a little too deep. So he really is looking for that 1 to 2 inches of water to land in. Basically, he wants his fins to kiss the sand as he lands, as we've seen him do pretty much every time he comes in on that tack. But see what these boys have for us. As the winds have defied my prediction that they were just going to fall off, we've got pretty steady winds now filling back in. Of course, local knowledge and just the luck of Mother Nature playing a factor in all that here, as we've been really lucky getting things back underway with a nice S3 from Reno Romeo, but little hiccup on the landing, but overall pretty nice S3 from the young Brazilian. Ariel Corniel coming in here out of the Dominican Republic and Germany, his adopted second home. Nice back mob from Corniel. And Reno just upwind. As the intensity builds here on this heat, with almost halfway through it here, 3 minutes 40 remaining in this heat, second to last heat of the day. I think we're going to call it a wrap after this heat, saving the rest for the later days with a big Hinderberger mob from Reno. And we've got day number 6 happening on the water right now of our double eliminations, the men's second round. Second to last heat of the day. Just shy of 7 p.m. here in Tarifa, Spain. And on the water, Reno Romeo from Brazil setting up toe side. No, that's Ariel. That light's just dropping a little bit here. Looks like Reno crashed his kite, but is back up in the air as Ariel sees an opportunity here with 2 minutes 20 remaining. Oh, And it is a tight matchup from what I'm seeing, but I don't have a whole lot of confidence that that's all the points of the tricks that have been thrown. And there goes a big, monstrous Chromo 5 from Ariel Corniel, stomping it clean like a ton of bricks, just boom, getting it done right in inches of water next to the beach. As Reno Romeo definitely caught that out of the corner of his eye, and I think that could fire him up a bit. As you heard, he prefers to be a bit more powered than supposedly today, but I know he's got it in him. Oh, not finding it there on that takeoff. So many factors come into play here with kiteboarding, with doing these tricks. It's not like skateboarding or geez, anything really. There's a lot of elements that come into play, a lot of variables. As these guys are able to achieve such an amazing high level with so many variables is just impressive in its own right. Oh, and Reno missing it, going down. Kite on the beach. Again, Reno not really putting it together here, as Ariel Corniel seemingly taking a bit of control of this heat at the moment with just 8 seconds on the clock remaining. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of time for either of them to do anything, and that is going to be it. As Reno spins and goes down, but good heat from both those guys. I think it's going to be Corniel advancing, as he is on his way to having a really solid event after winning that first round of the Big Air. And we'll have to wait to see what they say about that, but we've got just 10 more minutes of competition, guys. So I do want to say thank you for tuning in, joining us here from the beach in Tarifa, Spain. Really beautiful day here, some great action, and still more to come. 3 days still remaining in the event period, with going to fire up our double eliminations hopefully tomorrow. Keep posted to our Facebook and Twitter feed for all the latest updates on our start times, as well as the live stream start times, and of course all the latest and greatest from the PKRA. As we are going to throw to a quick break in anticipation of our last heat of the day, which is Martinez, Posito Martinez and Jerome Cloyton's coming up. Posito's been known to throw some crazy, crazy stuff. We saw it yesterday. We may see it again today. You don't want to miss it. All right, and we are back with our last heat of the day on the water. Martinez and Jerome Cloytons closing it for the day with a nice NIS, SMO, whatever you want to call it, from Mr. Da Silva. And that is going to be Ariel Corniel, I think, advancing in that last heat of the day. Congratulations to Ariel. Some solid tricks for both those riders, but Ariel coming out on top. As we're getting down into the wee hours of the evening, but the sun stays up quite late here in Spain. It is still light until at least 9. So plenty of time, but I do think we're going to put a nail in it and call it for the day. Oh. Some big, Cloytons has been riding quite impressive. Putting down some solid heats here. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him continue on, but it is anyone's game. There goes big Hinderberger move, 5 from Pasito Martinez. Super clean, stomping that, huge. And that win is, or the, in a double Hinderberger from Jerome Cloyton. So these guys have got one going on right now. This is a battle. The last heat of the day here in the double elimination. Belgium versus Dominican Republic on the water. Jerome Cloyton's in that red jersey. Pasito Martinez in that green jersey on camera right now. And I think we're going to see something big because he looks pretty lit at the moment. And there goes a 315 from Martinez. So finally some nice conditions this afternoon. Really glad things kind of came together as Cloyton's with a nice late back mode. Kite really nice and powered. Came out of it with a lot of speed. Oh, Jerome going down over, rotating, displacing too much water on that front blind mob. And let's see what the man out of the DR has got for us here. Pasito Martinez, S3. These guys are both going for it here in these wee hours of this competition. It is quite a battle ensuing right now with pretty tight spread between both of these guys. Cloyton's loading up, getting it again. There we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Oh, both these guys going trick for trick, front blind mobs from both. And that was, I think, I couldn't tell if he actually did a one-handed. That's what we saw yesterday. Pasito Martinez doing that massive one-handed front blind mob off a kicker about a ridiculous height. As we are just winding down here, 2 minutes 22 in the last heat of the day. Pasito Martinez out of the DR against Jerome Cloytons, who's setting up toe side for his chromo attempt, coming down in a backsplash. I know that was Martinez, excuse me. And Jerome just downwind, Not sure what he was going for, back mode, but not getting it, but still throwing in a little tail grab. And Posito Martinez. KGB and Jerome, oh, going down on his attempt. Putting his kite down in the drink. Both these guys on 14-meter kites and looking fairly pretty powered here in the wee hours of the afternoon. I see DePfeffer there ready to offer another kite for Jerome. Can he get it back up? Does he want to bother switching? 44 seconds on the clock. Here goes De Silva, or not De Silva. Oh, blind just 5, just in inches of water. Going down, Posito Martinez. Sorry, riding for De Silva kites. Going down here, 26 seconds. Looks like he's doing a kite swap. No, Jerome's got it back up. Ooh, 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 and his leading edge looks to be a little not happy. So that could be it. He's going to do a quick swap. He's still trying to deal with it, but Jerome is denying the help. It's Posito Martinez. Oh, looking for that 5, but not finding it. Going again with a little backside or frontside 5 from Posito Martinez right there at the buzzer. So that is going to do it. We're going to have to wait and see what the judges have to say, but an impressive heat from both of those guys. Cloyton out of Belgium and Felix Antonio Martinez, a.k.a. Posito, out of the Dominican Republic. And right now I'm seeing a little bit of an advantage for the man from the DR, Posito Martinez. So I think that could be it for the day as far as our winner from that heat. It's definitely going to be it for the day for our double elimination rounds, as we've had plans to kind of call it, get up to this point. We've reached what we set out to do today, and we're set to begin tomorrow with more kiteboarding double elimination here from the Tarifa Pro Kite Tour 2014. I'm Dave Tarbursky, thanking you guys for being with us for a great day of kiteboarding action here at Beachside. We're going to let the stream roll for a little bit, give you a little bit more ambiance and scenery from the beautiful Playa Los Lances here in Tarifa. But that's going to do it. So without further ado, it's Dave Taberski signing off for the day from beautiful Tarifa. Thanks you guys for joining us. It's been a real pleasure. Hope you tune in tomorrow. And as always, stay tuned to Facebook for the latest start times, updates, and info from every PKRA stop. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank